Just Jake back with another video on the Global channel, and today I'm going to be doing a deconstructed for my new song I dropped with Trevor Daniel on That Was Then called Antisocial. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to be deconstructing the sounds I picked, the arrangement, the mix, all that kind of stuff. So let's get it. Alright y'all, so a little background how the song came about. It was one day, me, Trevor, Vino, and Despite we're all kicking it at Trevor and Vino's house. And then Trevor wanted to play some loops that he wanted to show me in case I wanted to cook up to them. So we were cooking up to some of these loops, cooking up to some beats. And this was, I think, the last loop we decided to cook up to that day. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I think me and Despite were about to leave, but Despite was like, yo, you should cook up to that other loop that Trevor really liked. So let me go ahead and play this loop for y'all. So yeah, in my opinion, it was like a super classic Trevor Daniel sounding like vibe with the bells and everything, the ambience. So when he played me, I was like, oh yeah, this is the one I really like. And I think this was the last loop I ended up cooking up to that night. And the very next day, Vino recorded a reference with the song or whatever, and then Trevor recorded it later that night and sent me back the song in like 24 hours. It was crazy. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get right into the breakdown. So first, I have the intro. And the pre-hook is just the sub bass with a little filter. I'll play that for you real quick. I made this beat in like 2019. I think it was like August 2019. August or September, something like that. So I made this beat a while ago. I feel like my style now is kind of different, but yeah, but for the time, this was like the style I was making a lot of. So yeah, so after the pre-hook, the pre-chorus, whatever you want to call it, went straight into the hook with 16-bar hook. And the drums are pretty like simple, but what I really like the most about these drums is probably the hi-hat pattern. The hi-hat pattern, in my opinion, gives it the most bounce. So let me go ahead. I'm going to solo these hi-hats for you. I'm going to play this for you. I'm gonna add the perks in as well right now. Watch. So yeah, I try to make it as bouncy as possible. Trevor really likes rims and like kind of like really like stick like hitting perks and stuff like that, and claps of course. So I went ahead and I did all that. He helped me produce it, and he helped me pick all the sounds and stuff like that to get to like what he wanted, because when you're working with an artist in person, it is so much more like helpful and so much more like productive when the artist is sitting right there next to you, like telling you exactly what like they like and what they don't like and what you should continue doing and like the bounce and all that kind of stuff. So this beat was made pretty fast because we both were sitting there making it. Like it was definitely worth him being there for sure. So yeah, the 808 is super simple. I'll go ahead and play that too real quick. All of it together. And then it goes into the verse, and the melody changes right here. It kind of like drops out, like all the bells kind of drop out for the verses. So I'll play that. Yeah, the verse, basically what I like to do with my verses until like the bridge, or like even if this is like the last 8 bars of a verse, I like to build up my verses and add stuff. I know some people like to take away stuff, but I like to add. So like I just had the 808, the hi, and the clap going, and then I added the kick back in with the percussion so that it builds up, and then the bells, more bells come in as well. But yeah, so with the bridge, it's just the same, pretty much the same thing as the pre-chorus, besides the filter, and I think there's less bells in this one. Pretty basic, but with like bridges and stuff like that and verses, it's really important to like be aware of what kind of like style the artist does when he's doing his verses or his bridges or his hooks and stuff, to like know, okay, what should I add here, what should I drop out and stuff like that. So with the bridges for Trevor, or the pre-choruses, if you want to call it that too, Trevor likes to add like the hums, and like he likes to do the oohs and stuff like that and go really high up and do like runs and stuff like that. So I try to leave as much space as possible in this pre-chorus or bridge or whatever, and then he just likes it to come right back into the hook. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this last like 4 bars of this bridge and this hook so you can hear. That right there, that little hi-hat like step right here, I'll play it real quick. I don't even really remember like how this came about. I think I just did it or whatever, but I like to add little stuff like that in the middle of like hooks and stuff like that to like emphasize, so that the artist can emphasize like a certain lyric or something like that at the end of a phrase, like a 4-bar phrase, 8-bar phrase, whatever it is. So that's why I did that right there. And then the hook just continues, and then the verse is pretty much the same. Bridge, and then another hook, and then the outro. It's basically a super simple like arrangement, nothing crazy, super simple like trap pop like arrangement or whatever. I think I didn't really do anything crazy on the mix. All I did was a lot of leveling and stuff like that. I just EQ'd out the lows as normal, and then I did a sweeping technique to take out some of the unwanted frequencies. Everything else, there's no effects on anything at all. Except for I do this little delay thing. It's a quarter delay that I like to put on my like crashes and my open hats and stuff like that. So when it hits, it just like bounces through the rest of like the 4-bar phrase. And then just effects and stuff like that. Really nothing crazy. A slight panning on the open hat, the rim. But yeah, it's really like, I really just take a lot of time. Not a lot of time because I mix pretty quick, but most of the time I use when I'm mixing is really just leveling. And then my master is just a soft clipper on this one. I don't use soft clipper anymore. I usually use the T-Rex classic clipper, and I go down to 2, I go down to soft clip, and then I mess with the slope and the output, or the slope and the gain if I need to. But I usually just mess with the slope depending on like how hard the kick and the 808 are hitting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the limiter, I don't do this trick anymore either because I just use the classic clipper, but I was doing this for a while, was the gain and then mess with the saturation and stuff. So yeah, that's basically the whole entire like song, the whole beat. Alright, that was a beat breakdown for Antisocial by Trevor Daniel, produced by me and Trevor. Make sure y'all go stream the song, go stream the whole EP that was then now on all platforms. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for stopping by the video. Make sure to go hit the subscribe button to the Global channel. Follow me on Twitch, I'll be streaming a lot more. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube as well, all that kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments what other kind of videos you want to see on the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.